Hello, this is Todd Luck, and we've got two big additions coming to Masters of the Universe Origins on MattelCreations.com, and they're both part of the Club Grayskull subscription, so you're going to have to pay that $10 subscription fee. But the first one is going to be Sharella, and she is going to go up for orders starting on June 24th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's noon on the East Coast. And so they have been teasing Sharella on the card art for a while. She's a warrior woman from Preternia, and I know a lot of you guys are probably like, who this? And don't feel bad. As you've probably seen in my videos, I have a pretty extensive knowledge of Masters Universe. I'm a lifelong fan, and I had to look her up, so don't feel bad if you don't know who she is. So Sharella, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a character from Powers of Grayskull, which was a successor line to Masters of the Universe that got canceled back in the 80s. And it was supposed to be set in ancient Preternia and star the ancestor of He-Man, who was called Hero. And so there were a few toys that did make it out of Powers of Grayskull. This big brontosaurus was not one of them, unfortunately, but the giants were actually produced in limited quantities, and these did make it out to some folks. And so one of those giants was the evil Megator. And so on his packaging is where we get our one glimpse of Sharella back in the 80s. She is down there in the bottom right corner, right under Megator's mace there. Yeah, that's it. That's all we know about the character, but it does give you an idea of what she looked like. And so that was kind of it for the character. When they did the bio for the goddess in the classics line, they actually had her real name as Sharella, and it reimagined the goddess as the mentor of the heroes who would come between Hero and Prince Adam. And so, to my knowledge, her only appearance in a comic is the mini comic for Wondar, where they actually do use that concept and do reveal that she is the goddess and that she did mentor all these heroes who came before He-Man. But this figure is going back earlier into her life when she was with Hero in Preternia and she was a warrior woman. And this is concept art that was done for the character for classics. Of course, this figure never happened, but it kind of gives you an idea of what she looks like. The teases they've done for her on the card art for the Origins figures has hewed very closely to that concept art. And so she hasn't appeared in any of the other mini comics that I know of, but in the Hero mini comic, it does mention that she is the leader of the tribe that Hero comes from. And so she's going to come with her own mini comic. And so it'll be interesting to see her story fleshed out and learn more about what is practically a new character for the franchise. And that second big drop from June, another Club Grayskull member exclusive, is going to be on June 27th, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. You're going to be able to order the Fright Zone. And I'm sure Masters fans everywhere know that the Fright Zone is the humble home of the evil horde. And here is the original Fright Zone. Yes, it was a simple facade, and it had a hand puppet for the giant creature you see. And so you would put your hand in it and you could, move it around and have it eat your figures and all that good stuff. And of course, in the She-Ra cartoon, the Fright Zone looked completely different. But for our Origins Fright Zone, we are going with the original toy as inspiration, and it comes with everything you see here. And as you can see, they did some redesigns, and they've reimagined the creature as a monster with legs, and so you have a little figure with him of that. And so they've also redesigned the other side of it, so it's not just a facade, it actually has some play features on the other side as well. There's a throne up there for Hordak. It's an interesting way to kind of try to plus it up. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty penny, but the final price of it has not been revealed yet. And so that is it. That is our two big drops for June for Masters of the Universe Origins on MattelCreations.com. And so they have been keeping the figures in stock, and I suspect that will happen with Sharella. The Fright Zone, I don't know about, right? I don't know how many they've produced. I don't even know if they have them in stock. They typically have the figures already waiting in the warehouse and they just ship them out almost immediately after you've placed the order. With the Fright Zone, I'm not sure how it's going to work, so stay tuned to Mattel Creations for details on that. All right, like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, good journey.